So this house will ban big tobaccos, Phillip Morris, British American Tobacco, etc. involvement in acquisitions of major with and or stock ownerships of the e-cigarette industry. First, we need to clarify something. This debate is not about if the tobacco industry is going to disappear. We think this is improbable, but even if that happens, we think it's better. We're going to explain why in my speech. And second, this is not about if this is the measure, the approach that is going to solve all the problematics around the tobacco industry. We think that is not the debate. The important here is in which work we are going to protect more the persons that are involved in these industries, and in which work we are going to prevent more easily the risk around the incorporations of this industry in the other industry. So we are going to respond this question in one way. In which work exists a better e-cigarette industry? So in a world that is independent and that have their own practice, or in a world that exists an association, or even not only association, determination to to control all the programs around the e-cigarette for an industry that are really bad, and we're going to explain why it's really bad, this industry. And we're also going to reduce our speech around the uncountability that have all the tobacco industry. We are going to pretend the future risk and exist around all these characteristics and history repair that we are going to explain forward in my speech. So first, what happened with the tobacco industry that is really problematic? This is a billionaire tobacco emporium. These are a lot of monopolistic activities around the tobacco, but we also know this is around two ways. The first way is they use their power to influence, for example, the Congress decisions, the rules, but they also manipulate the ways, because they the taxes around the cigarettes are really low, so they control a lot of practices here and a lot of decisions in the Congress, in the government, and we think this is really problematic, because if this has this power is going to affect also the e-cigarette industry, but not in the good way that the opposition can say us, in the bad way. What the bad way? First, this industry is really unlegitimate because they make a lot of bad decisions in the past. For one way, they make an environment of the silence in their industries, in their factories. They don't give to the customers, to the persons, all the information around their product. This product is really problematic in the health. This product make the people increase their possibilities to have heart attacks, their possibilities to die around a cancer or something like that, and they never expose this. They never say to the people, this is probably going to damage your health. This is a problem around our product that we also did in a way that we know it. So they took their product. The tobaccos is like a simple way that in even the pre-colonial groups use to their practices, but they increase this with addictive nicotine. They put them a lot of chemicals that damage the people, but this only with the consequence of have more and more money to sell more and more. And this is a really problematic activity, because if I associate or I make these companies go around the e-cigarette that is a more healthy industry in this moment, we think this could be bad for them. And we also think it's not a good way to see what is the control that we have in these industries. If we make the opportunity to them to have this industry right now, we think it's going to exist a really less control of this industry. They're going to continue doing their bad practices around this, and they're exposing this industry to their determinations and their bad choices in the future. What happened with the electronic cigarettes? We know the vaping is around the 5 years ago, and exists like 600 of different kind of these e-cigarettes. But what is the problem here? This is unregulated industry. So if this is like now a non-regulated industry, we think there exists a really big possibility to abuse for these companies. For these companies that in the past chose us they are abusive about their practice. They're also, for example, not respond to the demands, assuming the responsibility of their acts. They contract a lot of scientists, a lot of doctors that say lies for them. They say this does not exist a relation between your disease with my product. That is a very big lie that even the WHO exposed to them. So we think we need to save more lives in a way that exists a company that is really more transparent for this, that is not associated with these practices, that is not going to make disasters around this. We think we are really protecting these people. We believe this environment in their industries is not a good way to approach this. And in the protection way, we think we are also protecting the people that are involved in this. We are really proud to defend this.